Student Council Live Debate, your chance to hear directly from the candidates running for the Student Council President position. Today we'll foster an insightful discussion about the issues impacting our student body and the future of our school. I'm Marcus Madsen, a senior here at the high school and your moderator for today's debate. As an active member of Spartan Spin, I'm passionate about giving students a platform to share their voices and ideas. My role is to present the questions, maintain the flow of conversation, and ensure we have a fair and engaging discussion. Let's meet the candidates.
Hi, I'm Veronica Acurero, and I'm one of the candidates running for Student Council President. I'm super excited to have this debate so you guys know more about me.
Hi, I'm Kate Porter, and I'm really excited to have the opportunity to run for your Student Council President.
And I'm Brendan Farrell, and I'm excited to be able to share some of my plans for next year with you guys.
Here's how today's debate will work. Each candidate will answer 4 key questions submitted by students, covering important topics relevant to our school community. Candidates will have 90 seconds to provide their response. If a candidate wishes to challenge or expand upon another candidate's response, they may use their 60-second rebuttal card. Each candidate can use this rebuttal card once per question. An independent timekeeper will monitor the time to ensure fairness for all participants. Now let's get started. Brendan, what would be your primary focus as the 2025 to 2026 Student Council President? 90 seconds, go.
Well, Marcus, one of the things that I really want to focus on this year is taking action on projects. The first thing that I want to focus on is being able to give a voice back to the students and being able to give them the chance to have input on the events that we do here at the high school, whether that be out-of-school activities like our upcoming dodgeball tournament, or whether that be dress-up days that we're doing for Spring Fling. I think it's being able to involve the students in that decision-making is really important to our school community, and I think it could benefit us. The second part is I'd like to take action on some issues seen in the high school. Spartan Spin last year, I was part of the leadership board, and we did a student voice project. It got students together to talk about issues that they selected, and we did student voice groups, and I think that those discussions were amazing, but I think there's still room to expand on that, especially with it not going anywhere after the discussions. And by being student council president, I can take some of those issues that we talk about and some of those solutions that we have straight to the school board every month at the meetings, and I think we can create some meaningful change here.
Kate, what would be your primary focus as the 2025 to 2026 Student Council President? 90 seconds, go.
My primary focus as the 2025-2026 Student Council President would be to make sure that our group is continuing to put on fun after-school events and to find new ways to build a community within our school. Sometimes it feels like our assemblies and our other events, we're always putting the grades against each other, and I want to work towards finding ideas for events that would bring the grades together and take away that layer of stress that comes around seniority for the underclassmen. I also would plan to send out a monthly forum after events such as homecoming, fall ball, or upcoming dodgeball tournament and ask people what they would recommend for next year to make it better, or other ideas that would allow us to make that better community.
Veronica, what would be your primary focus as the 2025 to 2026 Student Council President? 90 seconds, go.
I have a lot of ideas for the next year, but one of the most important things to me is participation. There are lots of events that I want to put on, and I'm sure that the student body also wants, but it it is important for people to have participation, because without the participation, we can't have these super fun events. So I think that's one of the most important things that we can do starting next year. I know that there's a lot of controversy about different events and different issues and like how we want to portray them for the student body. So I just want to make sure that people are specifically involved and that we tailor events for everybody. Another thing that is super important to me is just to hear from the student body and have specific voices for them. So I think that hearing Google Forms or like getting emails and just getting lots of feedback about events or about things that we could possibly do better for the student body is definitely one of my key issues as well. So I just want to make sure that people have fun, people remember that this is part of student council, is to have these ideas and these fundraisers and lots of these events, but to ensure that we can't do it without the student body.
Is there any rebuttal to question 1? All right, and then Veronica? Why should a freshman vote for you? And how will you make sure all student needs are heard? 90 seconds, go.
So I definitely think that freshmen are a key part of our student body, the current freshmen and the upcoming freshmen the year to come. I think it's important for them to realize that they are going to be super essential in the next 4 years of their high school life, and it's super important for them to realize all of these new events, all of these interesting things that we do. So I definitely want to engage the freshmen so that they know what it means to have events put on, what it means to be supportive as a Spartan, and to just engage the rest of the student body to create a more positive and more participating environment. I think it's super important for the entire student body to be interested in lots of the events, because without that, like I was saying, we cannot put these events on. I know that in the past there were lots of different issues, whether participation was going to be an issue or the amount of people that were going to show up to some of our events. So that's something that I really want to change, because it's kind of upsetting when we don't have lots of participation. So I want the freshmen to know that they are heard, even though they are the ones that are upcoming to the school first, and I know that it can be scary to get into clubs and different events, but just for them to know that we see them, and it's super important to hear what they also have to say.
Brendan, why should a freshman vote for you? How will you make sure all student needs are heard?
Well, I think I want to start off by saying that our freshmen, are upcoming and current, are still a big part of our school community, even though some things like seniority, especially in sports, that's just kind of a thing that happens. And I think it's important to recognize those freshmen as the next generation of voices in our school. And I want to make a lasting impact on them, and so that when it's their turn to be able to do things like this and run for president, and when they're in those positions where they can make some change, they have the opportunities to do that and the channels to do that. And I want to make sure that the freshmen and all of the students of SHS have that clear channel to be able to make change if they want to, whether that be through Spartan Spin, student council, or going to a student voice session held by us, talking about some of the issues they're seeing in the school, whether that be on policy like the phones or open campus for lunch, I know was proposed, but also on just like minor things that we've seen throughout the past year, such as the mirrors being taken out of the bathroom, and more things that are contained within the building.
Time. Kate, why should a freshman vote for you? How will you make sure all student needs are heard?
I think that a freshman should vote for me because I believe that just because freshmen are underclassmen doesn't mean that they aren't an important part of our school community. I would work towards trying to create better relationships between the grades, and I think this would really benefit our school within our other clubs and sports because people would be more comfortable talking to others, and it might lead people to being more involved in school, which I believe enhances your high school experience and really just creates a fun environment. I'm also one of the freshman mentors this year, and so I already have worked towards making sure that you guys are set up for success this year and in your future. And I just believe that I am very familiar with a lot of you guys, and I play sports and I'm club with freshmen, so I think that I just know what it's like. And I remember it was only 2 years ago, but it feels like yesterday that I was also a freshman, so I know your perspective, and I want to make sure that your voices are heard as well.
Is there any rebuttal to question 2? Question 3. Kate, how willing will you be to branch out of your group or clique of friends to support the whole student body?
I'd be very willing to branch out and talk to other people because I'm very much a people person. I love talking in front of people, and I love meeting and talking to others as well. I have a lot of experience with public speaking as well, not only in student council at our assemblies, but also within the community. I attended Superior Days this year, which is a City of Superior event where students and adults go to Madison to lobby for issues within our community, and I had the opportunity to introduce the governor within a building of many people and also discuss our issues within our school surrounding increasing school budgets here for our activities. And I talked to state government representatives about these issues, and I believe that it gave me a lot of responsibility and just opportunity to learn how to talk and communicate better. And I think that it makes me really good at going out and being comfortable talking to new people, which a president should be good at for student council.
Veronica, how willing will you be to branch out of your group or clique of friends to support the whole student body?
Yeah, so I definitely think that I'm super willing to branch out. Those who know me know that I'm super outgoing and I love to talk to a lot of people, of all ages especially, but I think it's super important to be able to communicate with lots of different people from also different backgrounds. Just like Kate was saying, we do assemblies, and so we're talking in front of the whole school and we're getting lots of people involved in like games and like activities, not only during assemblies, but definitely other student council events as well. I am also a captain on the track team, so voicing my opinion out to my team and the coaches is super important as well. So definitely getting to know lots of different people and just realizing that their voice is also important, and I want to hear what they have to say as well. I think it's really important to note that lots of people have different opinions and many people may not agree all at the same time. So I think that that's something super significant to like call out, just so we can work things together and point out in the next year for different events that there are other people that may not like to do something like that or want to try a different activity. So just definitely opening up the variety of the things that we want to do for the future.
Brendan, how willing will you be to branch out of your group or clique of friends to support the whole student body?
Well, I've taken a wide variety of classes throughout my years at the high school. I've taken Spartan Spin, which is a journalism class, and I've taken a bunch of shop classes and everything in between. I've made connections to a lot of people all over the school. As a three-sport athlete, I think being able to be in a sport and make those connections with people from all different grades is amazing, and that has really helped me branch out and meet new people and make those new connections. And I wouldn't say that I really limit myself to one group of friends. I know a lot of people around the school, and I'm always open to making new friends, having conversations with people, and I just want to be able to make this school a place where that can happen with everyone, and everyone is going to be able to feel welcome here, whether that be through sports or whether that be through clubs or classes. I just think that through my connections that I've made with people, it's really given me a better understanding of how to interact with people and how to include people and how to make sure everyone's voices are heard.
Is there any rebuttal to question 3? Brendan, question 4. What will you bring to the table that other candidates will not?
I think my dedication to what I do, whatever it is that I do. I'm a 3-sport athlete. Again, that's given me some grit. It's given me determination, and it's taught me that no matter what happens, you got to keep pushing forward, and you just, even in the hardest of times, you need to be able to pick yourself up and keep moving. And I want to do that for the student body. I want to help them solve some of these problems that they're seeing in the high school. I want to help create change, and on all levels, whether that be district-wide or within the school or just within a class. I want to work hard for the students to make sure that you guys are having the best possible experience at the high school. And that's the main reason that I ran, is I want to hear from you guys. I want to make the school better for you guys. And I just really want to make an impact here, not just for this grade, not just for the sophomores, but the freshmen and the incoming freshmen, so that I can have a lasting effect and make some meaningful change for years to come.
Kate, what will you bring to the table that other candidates will not?
I believe that something that I bring to the table as a presidential candidate is my many leadership roles within our school and community that have allowed me to learn responsibility and how to work really well with other people. I was recently elected as the vice president for National Honor Society here for next year, and I've also been one of the leaders of our sportsmanship committee, and these roles have really allowed me to meet other people within sports and that work really hard and have the same values that I do, and have just allowed me to learn new people's experiences, and that's really important for president because we're for the people. We are the head of student council, and so we're the people that are making these decisions and working with others. But also another 2 leadership roles that I have at school is varsity soccer captain and swim and dive captain as well. These positions on our sports teams have allowed me to get to know more people and make connections with other underclassmen as well. I believe all my positions in our school have taught me a lot of skills and values that are needed as student council president, and prove that I'm a very well-rounded candidate and understand many different students' perspectives within our community.
Veronica, what will you bring to the table that other candidates will not?
There are a lot of things. I'd start with saying that I have a really strong work ethic. I'm very confident in what I do and what I bring to the table. I've traveled around the world, so I've seen how many things have gone on with the world, and that it's not just primarily focused here. I understand the hardships and how important it is to work hard to get what you want. And so I think it's really important to note that without having that grit and without having that strong work ethic, there's things that cannot be done. I'm a really strong planner and organizer, which is why I like to do planning events for not only student council, but I'm also on prom committee. So I've helped plan the entire prom and the decorations and everything like that. But I think it's just really important to realize that having a strong leadership role and being able to communicate with the student body and the entire student body, just like Bugsy was saying, is super, super important. We have lots of wonderful candidates that are running for the next year, and no matter what, I'm super excited to be able to work with them and to work with the rest of the student council team. But I just want to note that I am a positive person, and I just want people to realize that they are going to be heard, and it's going to be super important to know their opinions as well.
Candidates, all 3 of you have your 60-second rebuttal card remaining. If you could each take the wireless mic and feel free to expand on anything in this debate and also give a final conclusion statement.
I just like to say that I'm very glad that I have this opportunity to be able to run, and I want to make it count. If elected, I want to be able to really focus in on some key issues decided by the students, and I want to be able to make change, and I want to take action. I know student voice is super important, but if you don't do anything with that, I mean, doesn't really mean much if the students' voices are being heard but nothing's being done. So I want to be able to take some meaningful action, whether that be talking to the school board, whether that be talking to Mr. Fezzi, or talking to the Board of Teachers when they have their meetings. And I want to give the students a voice, and not only do that, but propose solutions, including the students in that, so that we can solve the problems that the students are having with the students.
Time.
I just wanted to note how important high school years are. I think that they go by super, super quick. Like, when I was a freshman, my senior friends would tell me, oh my gosh, these years are gonna go by so fast, and I did not believe them. But now I'm entering in on my senior year, and I'm running for student council president, and it really does go by quick. So I just wanna make sure that we can make a memorable year, not only the next year, but for more students to come in the upcoming years, even when we aren't here, but to prove a point that we can make it count for you, and hopefully you guys can also understand that you can do it too. And your voices and your opinions matter, and just to really live it up in your high school years, because no matter what you do after high school, you're always gonna remember your high school years, and I want it to be super, super positive for everybody as a student body.
I also want to say I'm very grateful to be able to run for president. I personally love school. I am so grateful for the opportunities and experiences that Superior High School gives all of our students, not just me. And I think that's really important that we give the other students, not just student council and these candidates, but other people to love school and have these great experiences that we have had. If you don't take action and you don't take hold of those opportunities, then they kind of go down the drain a little bit. But I just want to make a positive impact, and I want to leave student council with the ability to keep putting on these fun events and allow us to keep having the traditions that we do, because I think tradition is very important here, and it's important to me as well. I also remember being a freshman on student council, and we're still continuing to make fun events and also do like traditions for homecoming that we've done for the past decade. So I think that that's just really important for me as well.
If each of you could take the mic quick again and just say your name and if you have a campaign slogan.
Oh, okay. I'm Veronica Acurero, and I'm running for student council president. Vote V if you want a voice.
I'm Kate Porter, and make sure that you go and be a Porter supporter.
I'm Brendan Bugsy Farrell. Don't be a slug, vote for the bug.
And that wraps up today's debate. We hope this discussion has helped you get to know the candidates and their vision for student council. But don't stop here. Continue your research by visiting the Spartan Spin website, where you can find exclusive candidate interviews showcasing their platform and perspectives. Your voice matters, and your voice shapes the future of our school. New this year, all grade levels will have the opportunity to vote for the student council president. So take time to watch, listen, and think critically before casting your ballot. Election day is this Friday. The top choice will become the student council president, and the second choice will become the vice president. The third choice will continue on serving juniors as a representative. Be ready to make an informed choice and let your vote count. Thank you for joining us, Spartans, and may the odds be ever in your favor.